igual, parece um gol contra o Sporting, abre à esquerda, vai rematar, Rodrigo! Benfica, 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 Benfica! Benfica!
Hi guys, so as you may have noticed from the intro, I am actually going to be doing a Benfica Career Mode, but I'm actually a Porto fan, so some of you might be thinking, why the hell is he doing a Benfica Career Mode when he's a Porto fan? You know the history, Benfica hates Porto and Porto hates Benfica, but actually I have a lot of respect for Benfica. They are Portuguese league's most successful club with 33 league titles compared to Porto's 27. And they've actually done quite well in Europe as well, winning back-to-back European titles in 1961 and 1962. But all good things come to an end, and their then coach, Bela Gutmann, asked for a pay rise, and the Benfica board said no, so he put a curse on Benfica. The curse stated that Benfica would not win a European title for the next 100 years, and he actually left the club. And that's actually come true. They've been to 8 European finals since then, and they've lost every single match. But nevertheless, they are still a great club. They've had some fantastic players in their histories. Players like João Pinto, Nuno Gomes, Rui Costa, Eusebio himself, Michel Pradom, and recent players include Di Maria, David Luiz, Axel Witsel, Enzo Perez, and Lazar Markovic. Just to name a few, there's plenty more players there. Unfortunately, the great Eusebio died last year in 2014, which was a great shame for Benfica, and it was a massive heartache for Benfica fans. Benfica are the most supported club in the world with 235,000 paying fans. There was recently a little dispute between them and Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich claimed that they had more paying supporters. They came up with some figures that they pulled out of their arse. So I really don't believe Bayern. I just think they want to be the best at everything, as Germany does, and we all know that. But anyway, let's get on to the career mode, because that's what you're watching this video for. Let's skip to the career mode menu. So here we are at the start of the career mode. It's July 2014. Let's go ahead and see our objectives. With a team like Benfica, we're always going to get the win the cup, win the league, and etc. But the odd thing is here is the assistant manager saying that we need a goalkeeper. Now, for those of you that know, Benfica actually bought Julio César in this transfer window, and the scouts actually recommend Helton, which is like rubbing salt into the wounds, as I don't think Benfica would ever sign Porto's captain, and I don't think he'd ever agree to join Benfica. Anyway, there you go, there's the league objective. We have to win it, or they'd prefer us to win it. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is set up my instructions for my global transfer network. At the moment, I've got some weird presets there that I'm not entirely happy with. So, first and most important, I'm going to go for a fullback. I want someone with a bit of pace to compete with Eliseu for his position. I'm going to go for a centre-back to compete with Lisandro Lopez. Hopefully someone with a bit more pace that will complement Luizão, as he's not that pacey, but he's good with the headers. I'm not going to look for a goalkeeper. Frankly, we don't need to. I'm going to look for a left mid, a right mid to compete with each position, and I'm also looking to get a prolific striker to give Lima some competition, which I think is healthy. In terms of scouting, we've got guys looking in Portugal, we've got a scout in the Netherlands, which is actually going to be our prime location to look for players. I mean, teams like Ajax and PSV Eindhoven always have some great promising, not just promising, actually players becoming established in their leagues, which is it's a great source of some really great technical players. So that's going to be one of our prime locations. I've also got a guy looking in France. I did have one guy in looking at England, but to be honest, we won't really be able to afford the wages of BPL players. So I recalled him and sent him off to Belgium. So let's progress through the calendar, see if we can get back a scout report. I'm really interested in the results that we're going to get from Holland. We have received one. Let's see what we get. That is from Holland. Yes, that's great. So Jetro Willems, I know he's quite a pacey left back. I think he's rated around 74, 75. Definitely interested in him. I'm going to scout him a bit further. Narsing, we all know there, another great right-wing player, but we don't really need right-wingers. Even though I didn't search for left wing or right wing, maybe he was already there. But let's also have a look at this Joel Veltman. He's an interesting player. His the numbers that the scout predicted, they're a bit high, but we're going to scout him further. We got the results from Andre. Again, this guy's a fantastic player in the Portuguese league there for Académica. Definitely worth a buy. I know that Porto are after him, so it would be a good idea for Benfica to get in there before Porto does. We've got a scout report from Belgium. Let's see what they have provided us with. See if we get any decent players from them. Great. Rolando, an ex-FC Porto on loan in Belgium. Nothing interesting there. Let's advance another week or another few days. See if we can get some further information for Veltman and Willems. Let's see what we get. Oh, an update from France. So currently, yeah, they're all out of our price range there. Lassina Traore and Edison Cavani. I don't see anyone there that I'm really interested in at the moment. Can go through them, see what they have in midfield and defence. Again, not really a huge fan of any of those players, so I'm not immediately attracted to any of them, so I'm going to leave them there for the moment. We've got an update from Portugal. Danilo, again, that's another fantastic player. He's currently playing really well for Maritimo, and yet another transfer target for Porto, so we may want to get in there early before they do. Let's see what we get next. I'm really excited about these final scout reports, and there we go. We've got 2 final scout reports on Jetro Willems and Joel Veltman, and the scouts apparently found all that he can in Holland. But looking at his scout report, look at those numbers. Jumping 90, 86 balance. He's got some pace. We're definitely going to go for this beast. They want between 7.4 and 11.6 million. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer 5 mil, and I'm going to put in a player. I think I'm going to put Andre Almeida, if I can remember correctly, because quite frankly I don't see him being in my first 11, so I'm getting rid of dead weight basically, and hoping that they offer or they accept the contract. Another great result there. 82 standing tackle, 82 jumping, great at interceptions, marking, short passing and long passing. He's going to be a great candidate to compete with Lisandro Lopez, so we're going to go for him as well. This is 2 players back-to-back from Holland. Always a great place to look for players. These are players that I am somewhat familiar with. So I did inquire about him, and they want around 8.5 million euros. We're going to make an offer for him. I think the offer this time is going to be the same. It's going to be 5 million euros, and we're going to offer another player. We're going to offer Miralem Soleimani. Again, not a player that I want to keep in my first 11. Some of you might like him, some of you might love him, but it's my career mode. And yeah, I don't really want to keep him. He's not my style of player. But let's go ahead and see what the results are of that. Transfer offer unacceptable. Of course, they don't want Andre Almeida. So we might have to up the offer there. I've just sent the Dutch scout to Switzerland. Sometimes you can find some decent players there. So we're going to up the offer to 6 million and Almeida again. Maybe they just really don't want Almeida. You just never know. Let's see what happens and see if we get Veltman as well. There we go. We've got a transfer offer accepted from Veltman. That's going to be our first player. He's a centre-back and he's going to be competing with Lisandro Lopez. I think this is an awesome buy. It's an important first-team player, so not quite crucial. He's got a lot of growing up to do as well, so he's got a lot of potential. So I'm happy with that. That's if he accepts the contract offer. We never know. So they've accepted the offer for Jetro Williams. I'm happy about that. I'm going to give him the 35k with 20% clean sheet bonus. I always give the full bonus because I know it makes no impact whatsoever into my finances. Let's proceed now and see if they accept the offers. Hopefully they do. We've got a transfer offer here for Jardel. I'm going to go and say counter offer, and I'm going to ask for about 7 million euros there, which is what I think he's worth. So then I get an update from France, and I see Florian Thauvin there. I'm really interested in that player. It would be great to have someone there competing directly with Salvio on the right-hand side. And then I make a couple of huge mistakes. I see that Jetro Williams and Veltman have accepted their contract offer, but I completely ignore it and continue the calendar for some reason. I don't know why I've done that. Palmer make a transfer offer for Jardel. I'm going to bump it up to 7 million here, or 6.8, sorry, and submit that. So I'm still distracted, still haven't seen the accepted contracts, which is unusual for me because I usually stay on top of that. I missed this transfer offer for Lima as well. I don't know what's going on. I prefer to look at the Belgian scout report. I think I'm on scout mode. But yeah, there's our first friendly there. I'm going to simulate it. There's no point watching them. We draw 0-0 against Genoa. Again, I missed the contract offer accepted. I also made another mistake. I was going for Thauvin and I kept offering Soleimani, but I had already offered Soleimani for Willems, I think. So obviously they're never going to accept that. But I see Gignac and I want to buy that player. I want a heavy beast up front, someone that's prolific and has got an amazing shot power. So I'm also going for him at the same time. I finally find the offer for Lima and I immediately reject it, as I don't want to get rid of Lima at the moment. And my inquiry for Signac has come back, and they want around 15.5 million, which obviously we can't afford at the moment. So we're going to do another player exchange. We're going to go 8 million, and we're going to include Pizzi in the deal. Again, another player I don't really want in the team. He's not a bad player, but he's no one from my first 11 anyway. But there we go, there's Thauvin in progress. I keep wondering what's going on, and then I finally realised that Soleimani has actually been taken in the other deal that I've completely forgot about. Yep, this is all because I'm in scout mode, I'm in scouting mode, and I'm pretty much avoiding all of the other emails. So this time I'm going to include Facer in the deal. Hopefully this will be enough to convince them to allow me to have a player. He is a really great right mid. He's going to be really good competition for Salvio. I'm a big fan of having 2 players for each position. I'm not going to manage it this first season, but next season that's something that I'm going to make sure, or at least 2 good players. Anyway, we have a fantastic match here against Atletico Madrid, 4-0, and look at that, Salvio, Ola John, and a bunch of other players scoring, and they've accepted the contract offer for Thauvin finally. I offer him the full 60,000, important first team player, and I'm going to accept it. Anyway, progressing through, we can see that we've got our first match coming up. Gignac has been refused. Transfer offer is completely unacceptable for them. So I'm going to up the ante, and I'm going to go for 9 million plus Pizzi. And then we're going to go ahead and play our first match, which is against Boavista. This will be our first league match. But before that happens, we're going to check out the Thauvin offer's been accepted. That's fantastic. We've finally got a player, even though we should have another 2 on top of that. But here's our lineup. As you can see, we've got Jonas up front there. What a fantastic player with Lima. I'm going to swap John out for Nico Gaitan, which is a far superior player. Also, we're going to go to Thauvin, and we're going to put him in the subs bench. Because I want to give him a try in our first match if I make any substitutions, and depending on the situation. Of course, we have to put Julio Cesar in goal, because I really don't understand what's going on, why he's in the reserves, why he's not in the substitutes. At least he is our best goalkeeper. And yeah, like I said, we're going to put Talvin in place of Guedes. Because he's a 66, I'm not going to use him, so I'm going to place him in there. So let's get to the start of the match. Let's see what happened in our first match in the Primera Liga. It's a good start here from Boavista, managing to maintain most of the possession here in the first few minutes of the first half. Boavista have just come up from the second division, or Segunda Divisão. They were penalised a few years ago for match fixing, or attempting to match fix, and have just come back to the Primera Divisão. They're a team that's always played well against the top 3 teams in the league. They were themselves one of the top 5 teams in the league, and they're always a dangerous team to play against. And it's Idris, as you can see there, with a nice shot just hitting the bar. What a good start then from Boavista. I'm expecting a tough opposition throughout the whole match. Obviously, it's going to take them a few years to get back into the top flight, if they can ever come back. Nice little play there between Tengarinha and Brito, and the ball just goes wide there. A nice attempt at goal there, nice little volley there with his left foot. He didn't have the accuracy, but it was a nice effort nonetheless. So it will take them a few years to get back into top flight. They need to at least maintain their Primera Liga status, to make some money and hopefully buy better players. Nice effort there from Bobo. It's actually a shame that they did go down to the second division. It reminds me a bit of the situation with Rangers. Boavista have a lovely sort of English-style stadium. Brand new, was used for the Euro 2004 tournament. It's a great little club. It's just a shame that these things happen. Obviously, they shouldn't have been trying to match fix. But yeah, that's life. They've just got to get on with it, and try and get back into it. Anyway, it's Samaras there with the ball. A nice little effort there, and Lucas just catches it with his hand and barges the ball out of the way. Nice effort there, nice save. We're not really getting the better of Boavista at the moment. They're still managing to maintain most of the possession. They're being a bit more dangerous than Benfica. I don't have the players that I want yet. I'm still missing a couple of players in the team. I need a bit more pace. Someone with a bit more of a technical ability to handle the ball. I feel that I'm a bit slow in the centre mid. My left back doesn't overlap very well. He doesn't have the pace that I want. There's the first half. The first half, as you can see, it's 0-0. I'm not going to make any substitutions. I've noticed that Samaras has very low stamina, which is something that I want him to improve. So we'll give him some time and see what happens, because he does have a good long-range shot. So that's quite important to me, especially for a midfielder. Here's Lima. He doesn't quite have the pace that I need him to, but it's a nice 1-2 between Jonas, and he just hits it wide of the near post there. That was unlucky there from Lima, and that was pretty much all the action that both sides saw until the end of the match. So yeah, 1 point, not terrific, especially against Boavista, a team that's just come up from the second division. But yeah, we don't have the team I want and that I want to play with. I might mess around with the formation, but it felt quite comfortable to me. It wasn't horrible. So we'll just look ahead to our next match. Checking out the office, we can see that Gignac has accepted the contract, which is great. I really wanted that player because I don't know if you've seen him in the game. We're going to offer him the full 110,000. There's no way I'm going to lose this guy off for the full 20% bonus. But I don't know if you've seen him in the game. He's an absolute monster. He's like a bodybuilder. I don't know. He's one of the biggest players I've seen. He's got moves. He's going to be an absolute beast. Combined with his pace, he can control the ball really well. But yeah, there we are, accepting his contract. He is now part of Benfica squad. You will see this player. He's absolutely amazing. So we have finally remembered about Jethro Willems. We're going to re-offer him another contract. We forgot to accept it before, so it's forced us to make a new offer because the club pulled out. And also Veltman. These players will add a lot to our team, especially in defence. A bit of pace down the left wing back and in the centre back to complement Luizão, as I've said before. So we're going to go with a full 40,000 here for Veltman. We're going to go for 20%, 4 years, and important first-team player. It was crucial that I signed these players, or else I could have forgotten about them completely. Sorry about that. So they've accepted the contract. However, I do not have enough wage budget, so I'm going to have to pull out and go back to the office and modify the transfer and wage split. Give more of a percentage to the wage budget, which is very doable there with the amount of money I have in order to accept the contracts. So now we can accept the contract for Willems, and hopefully we can do the same for Veltman. And there we go. And no, have to get some more budget there. And now I can accept the offer. There was no way with the amount of money I had that I couldn't get away with this. But now we can go straight into the next match, which is going to be against Barcelos. But first we're going to go into the squad management screen, and we're going to put Gignac in place of Lima, as you would have expected. Obviously, we want Lima in the subs bench at least. We're also going to put Veltman instead of Lisandro Lopez, and we're going to take Eliseo out, and we're going to put Willems in, which should hopefully be a huge upgrade for us in our next match. So we had another offer for Lima. This time I'm actually going to do a counter offer. I'm going to go a bit ridiculous, knowing that they're not going to say yes, so I'm going to put 11 million down. It is Olympique Lyonnais, so I'm going to have to be careful there. But now we're going to go straight into our next match, which is against Barcelos. It's a mid to low level team here. We shouldn't have any issues, and it's going to be a good start here for Benfica, with Gignac taking his first touch of the ball, making a nice little pass there to Talisca, and Jonas holding the possession there and getting fouled right on the edge of the box. Now this is the interesting thing. I got a little bug here, you'll see it in a second, which really sort of annoyed me. I was trying to change players here. I was initially picked Talisca, which is the right man for the job, but I wanted to see if there was any other player that could also take that free kick, maybe with a better free kick accuracy. I wasn't yet too familiar with Benfica, but it was messing around so long. I was holding down the button and it just wasn't bringing the switch player because I wanted to get it back to Talisca. I managed to do it last minute. It allows me to take it to Talisca, but it auto takes the free kick for me, which is really annoying. But I do believe in karma, and that's exactly what happens next when Jonas picks up the ball and tries to pass it to Gignac. Peck with a yellow card, which is dangerous for him, fouls Jonas and gives us another opportunity at taking a free kick. And this time Talisca gets it absolutely right on that top left-hand corner. Nice little curve there by Talisca. We'll see the replay. I'm really happy about this at the moment. We've gone 1-0 up. We did draw the first match, so it was an absolute necessity to keep up with Sporting and Porto to win a match. So getting this first goal from Talisca, look at that. Beautiful trajectory there. It wasn't quite top left-hand side, but the goalkeeper couldn't get to it anyway, maybe because of its pace. But a fantastic goal there from Talisca. So onwards and upwards. I really do feel the difference with this team now. I've got a lot more pace. Gignac feels fantastic, even though I haven't had a chance with him yet. He feels like he can pretty much run around the whole team. I don't know what that was. Who just missed that? I completely missed it. It was Salvio. You don't normally see that from a player like Salvio. He completely mishit it there with his right foot. This time Peck's in real trouble there. Another foul on Jonas, and I think he's going to get sent off. Yeah, there's the red card from the referee. It was an aggressive tackle, and I'm clearly not surprised there. But Gil Vicente did have a chance here on the 38th minute with a nice play down the wing there with Ribeiro with the possession. He crosses it in, or he passes it to Gabriel, which still manages to hold possession. Nobody can get the ball off him. None of our new players there. And Villela takes the shot. It was a thundering shot then at the near post, but he just didn't get the right accuracy. Julio Cesar was clearly beaten in that shot there. If they did get that accurately, they probably would have scored a goal. But that's it till the half-time whistle. I am going to make a change here, so I'm going to put in Calvin in the place of Salvio. Get a little bit more pace down the right-hand side. I think he is a bit faster than Salvio. Also, it's nice to try new players, especially against teams like Gil Vicente. You won't get that opportunity against a team like Braga or Porto or Sporting, so it's good to do it now in these games. But Gil Vicente has another effort here. It's Janda with a nice shot just over the bar there, but still currently with no accuracy, or not enough accuracy to beat Julio Cesar there. Nice effort nonetheless. On the 58th minute, Talvinin has his first touch of the ball, plays it with Maxi and Talisca. Nice 1-2 between the players, and Talisca passes it to Jonas. He gets around the defence, takes the right-footed shot, and it's right through the goalkeeper's legs. If we see that replay now, it's kind of a funny goal there. It's something that doesn't happen very often. I actually feel sorry there for Gil Vicente's goalkeeper. But it's something that happens in football, and don't I know about it, Helton has given us a few howlos over the years. So that makes it 2-0, and it makes it more comfortable for us. I don't think Gil Vicente will be able to score us 2 goals from the 69th minute onwards. But anyway, nevertheless, they're going to have another shot here. It's Ribeiro with a possession, passes it to Yazalde. A nice little cross there, but Janda just can't get the accuracy with his head. And that's something that's been happening for Gil Vicente. If they could actually put their chances away, the score could have been very different. But Talisca gets another free kick here on the 75th minute. Another opportunity to put one away for Benfica. He's fantastic with free kicks, as you'll see now when he takes this effort. He takes it, he just gets it off the bar there, and it deflects towards Gabriel, which now has the possession, but nothing will come out of it. And it's the last effort here in the game. It's Gabriel down the right-hand side. Again, another cross. They've got great crosses there, but they're let down by the accuracy. And that's the end of the match now. We've won 2-0. It was a great match for Benfica, and that puts us back in the race against Porto and Sporting, which are currently the teams up in the top of the league. Like I said, I could really see the difference between the team I used against Gil Vicente and the team I used against Boavista. Clearly, clear difference. But here's the table. Sporting on top with 2 games, 2 wins. Penafiel is in the same situation as us. 1 draw, 1 win. And Porto there's got a game in hand. I'm sure they're going to win their second match. But anyway, thank you for watching. It's a new series. I hope you give likes so I can continue making videos.